Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and delicious and beautiful little beans out there. Now then, let's put a little bit of light on the subject. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. There we go. With my juicy little lights, you all know me by now. And lots and lots and lots of love to all of my beautiful and wonderful little subscribers. Lots of kisses. How I love you all so very, very, very much, and you're so super and delish. Now then, anybody else who happens to stumble across, well, much love to you all as well, my little lovelies, because we're spreading the love, okay? The love, okay? Now then, this is just a quick little video, okay? So, what I want to say is, right, this, you know, just I think it's about 2 or 3 things that I want to say. It might be 2, it might be 3. Anyway, so I'm just going to do this just before I do my main read, you see, because I've got to do 2 different sites. So, number 1, I've just heard, not long ago actually, before I come in front of the camera to your beautiful and delicious little selves. Much love to you all. Right, that apparently, I mean, if I've heard this correctly, there's a couple of 100 cases of the old, monkeypox, Do you see what I mean? Like that, okay? Now then, what it is, you've got, I think, one in Denmark, and then you've got Australia, you've got Canada, you've got some parts of Europe, okay? Now, the thing is, just to make everybody aware, because there are going to be some, okay, so I'm not being sarcastic or anything, but there are going to be some out there who are not really much aware of this, okay? Now, it can affect pregnant women, okay, pregnant ladies, and it can also affect little bairns, little children, okay? So they can become, rather poorly, okay? So it turns out there's, at this point in time, a couple of 100 cases, okay? So, according to what I've heard, okay? Now, what I'm going to say to you is that, again, I do not want to be the bearer of bad news here, but please expect more to come. Do you understand what I mean with different things, okay? Now, I do know what I'm talking about, so, right? So, the thing is this is why I've been saying on videos, okay, I've been saying on my videos, that there needs to be caution. It's so very lovely to meet man and woman, okay? I mean, obviously, if you're in the same country, you know what I mean? Obviously, for others who are not in the same country, do you know what I mean? Well, of course, they're not going to see each other until, when they see each other, okay? Which, there we go, see? Confirmation. But anyway, the fact of the matter is they will see each other eventually, okay? It's like, we'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, okay? So there'll be a lot of you out there, who will not know that song, but, for the older generation, God love them, okay? They'll all know that song anyway, right? And I know the song anyway, right? So it's just to let you know, really, you need to be so mindful right now, okay? Because of, okay, I'm trying to put it in a different way, right? Because of the different things that have been going on in the world, if you get my meaning, right? Well, of course, with that comes other things, see? Shoulders going up, confirmation, okay? So this is why I've been trying to say on videos, it's not just the obvious for, ladies and gentlemen out there, doing the obvious thing, and then the next thing, please excuse the expression, but then you've got a bun in the oven. So it's not just about that, okay? There's other things that play. So there's other things that play here as well, and this is why I've continuously been, when I bang my videos out, do you see what I mean? I've been saying it on certain videos for some reason, okay? There we go. See? I know what I'm getting, and I trust it. I trust my dear, beautiful spirit guys. I love you, my beautiful, dear little spirit guys. And I trust them profusely, so I trust them profusely, okay? So this is why I've been just trying to advise. Do you see what I mean? Please, okay, because one must remember it. And this is something, I mean, I do not wish to go too deep into this, okay, because I would like to think, okay, that a lot of it is common sense, but even if it is your saliva, okay, so I'm not going to get too raw here, I'm just making a point here. Do you understand what I mean? That things can be passed on. Okay, so I've tried not to say this in any of my, my videos, okay, I've tried my best not to say it, but now I am, okay, because this is not the last that we're going to hear. No, it is not. There's a lot more, see, there's a lot more to come yet, okay, so right now, it appears, okay, so I'm not going to be rude about this, but God loves the truth, does he not? And our dear Creator, dear Jesus Christ of Nazareth, and dear Spirit. Right? The fact of the matter is we're having everything thrown at us, yes? But the point of the matter is that we sit in the eye of the hurricane. Now then, there are situations, in the world, do you understand what I mean, where, you've still got some who are, they're afraid to hug somebody, they're afraid to give them a kiss on the cheek, they're afraid to do everything actually, because this is how it has become. Do you see what I mean? But I've said before, and I'm saying it again, I've said it on a previous video, one must sit in the eye of the hurricane, okay? The storm will pass, okay? But it's just that right now, you need to be so, I'm not going to use the word mindful, okay? Because if your mind's full, well, it's full, isn't it? Therefore, it can fit nothing more in. Mind you, they say that, but our brain, apparently, we only use a quarter of it. It's very interesting, isn't it? Anyway, so I just thought I'd mention that. So I'm not saying anything to upset anybody, to hurt anybody, to offend anybody. That is not why I'm here, okay? I'm just letting you know, okay, the information that that I have just heard. Okay, so nobody's saying to anybody, so please do not get me wrong here, nobody's saying to anybody that you cannot do this, you cannot meet that man or woman or whatever you want to do, swing from the chandeliers, where it's all juicy and delicious, but please remember, okay, it's a bit like, what's that saying? It's always just coming to my mind now, right? It's like, a moment on the I'm so sorry. Sorry. You know what it is? It's just my mind sometimes, and I'm just gonna be serious sometimes, okay? And I am being serious, I really am, okay? But a moment on the lips is a lifetime on the hips. Okay? Sorry, I'm not making a joke of everything. It's just that I'm just trying, I do not know why this has just came into my mind anyway. So I'm not taking a mickey out of anybody out there either, that has weight. I'm not, weight problems. I'm not saying that. It's just for some reason that came into my mind. So sort of, let's just go back to what I was just saying. So yes, you can swing off the chandeliers and it can be all juicy and delicious and wonderful. Yes, so it's 5 minutes of happiness for some, right? But what I'm saying is, I'm not wishing to be rude there, but dear God loves the truth, does he not, right? But then you could have a, I'm being deadly serious now, okay? So the fact that I do not mean literal dead, okay? Deadly, right? But the fact of the matter is, and you could have a lifetime of something else, so. And I feel that that's the point I'm just trying to get across to you, okay? So I wasn't taking a mickey, okay? I'm really not. It's just, you see, what happens is I get something in my mind, okay? And I have a habit of it just comes straight out my mouth. Do you see what I mean? So all that I'm saying to those of you out there, I'm not telling you what to do, because nobody can tell you what to do. You are your own self, are you not? Do you know what I mean? You're a grown adult. There we go. So you can, rock and roll however you want. But please, I beg you with the flipping Lord of mercy, please just pay attention, okay? Because some are, And like I said, we're in a bit of a situation at the moment where we've got some who are, you know, God bless them, you know, fast asleep. Then you've got others who are stirring, you know, so they're half and half, you know, like when you wake up and you're half and half, yes, so sometimes you're not sure whether you're in the park or the pictures. And then, of course, you've got the ones who are awake, so it's bing, you know what I mean? The lights are well switched on. Do you see what I mean? So I'm just asking you just to spare a thought first, so... That's all I'm saying to you, okay? Because there was something else that I'd heard. When was it? Was it last week? Something else that I'd heard, right? So, and I'm not going to say nothing more about that, okay? Simply because, you know, I mean, I'm not here to upset anybody or offend anybody. Do you understand what I mean? So it's better actually that I do not say it, you know. But the fact of the matter is that... it seems that some things, shall we say, are, well, this is the best way for me to put this. I'm just trying to find the best way. It's controlled in one way, but then it's out of control in another. Do you see what I mean? So, okay. So that's all I wanted to say on that now then. So I'm not saying it to hurt, offend, you know, upset anybody, and I wasn't taking a mickey earlier. It's just sometimes I cannot have, you know, help having a laugh really, you know what I mean? I'm not laughing at the situations, and I have to make that abundantly clear when I just say that. It's just I couldn't help myself, do you know what I mean? I just couldn't, you know, do you know what I mean? I just needed to get myself back together again. Right, anyway. So the other thing I wanted to say is, so in a couple of weeks' time, I'm going to do, because I want to lighten the mood really, because the thing is I haven't had much of a laugh lately, have I? So we're going to have a little bit of a laugh. So the next couple of weeks I'm going to be doing something really funny. Now I'm not going to tell anybody what it is, right? Because, you know, you see me, it must be like it's the Irish in me. Do you understand what I mean? I've got Irish in me, I've got Bangladeshi in me, I've got English in me. Well, you know, and I'm sure, you know, I'm a bit of a Heinz 57 really, do you know what I mean? So the thing is, you know, but with us Irish, yes, you know, we do love the crack, do you know what I mean? And we love to have a laugh. So I am going to do it, okay? And I'll tell you what, right? I'll tell you what, this is going to be flipping banging, right? Now, there are going to be some of you, if not most of you, you will laugh at it because it is just going to be flipping utterly hilarious. So all I'm just trying to do is just break it up every now and again, do you know what I mean? So we can just have a little bit of fun, that's all I'm saying, okay? And finally, I went to the shops today, you know, I went to a supermarket, okay? And anyway, cut a long story short. So we're looking at the mood right now, well, especially in my neck of the woods in the UK, okay? And it seems, you know, because it was a little bit flipping dire for a little bit, do you understand what I mean? But now the spirit seems to, you know, seem to be lifting. Do you understand what I mean? Please, can you excuse me a moment, just a moment, my little lovelies, thank you, please and thank you. Sorry everybody about that, sorry, I just had to do something, okay? So let's put a little bit of light on the subject. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. Are we feeling the love once again? Now then, the other thing I just want to say, I do apologise, okay? I've got to remember where I was now. Right, is that where I live in my neck of the woods, and just to let you know, I normally say it at the beginning, my little delicious little babies, but the weather at the moment is picking up with the wind, okay? There's no sunshine. Okay, so we can forget that. And it's also been on and off raining today, okay? So it's just to let you know what's going on in the UK, my neck of the woods, my little beautifuls. Normally I say it at the beginning, but for some reason I just flip in steam straight in. I'm like a flipping steamroller sometimes. Anyway, so what I want to say to you, so I went to the shops anyway. And, you know, just to go and get some bits and pieces. And, I mean, I bumped into these, I've got to tell you this, it's so funny. I bumped into these elderly ladies. There was one single one at first, you know, and I thought, I just want to go and get some tuna and things like that. Do you understand what I mean? Anyway, oh, I had a good old natter to her. What a delicious elderly lady. Oh, she was beautiful, she was. She was so lovely, you know. And we had a good little laugh, you know what I mean? Anyway, we met back up at the till. Anyway, there was another 2 ladies. And the one elderly lady, I mean, oh, God bless her. I mean, she had a right funky flipping hairstyle. I mean, all her head was shaved, right? And she had these, like, just the tiny bit here, just where there's a bit of hair. And I thought, flip me, I thought, that's flipping funky for an elderly lady, right? Anyway, so we all met up at the till, didn't we, as you do, you know, and you all have, like, a mother's meeting. And, you know, we was discussing about, you know, and I just wanted to get a feel of what the mood is, because over the weeks, okay, and over the months, like I went into a town centre yesterday, right, and the mood seems a little bit, although I was talking to two older, you know, one older gentleman, one younger gentleman, you know, the younger gentleman went in because his missus, you know, his significant other half, shall we say, you know, she sent him in to go and get some bits and pieces. Do you know what I mean? And then I was talking to an elderly gentleman, you know, and he was explaining, and I was explaining to him about the fish, you know. And of course, you know, the younger one wanted to know about it as well. You know, because what I do, right, and I just want to let you all know, I mean, I know I'm going off on one, but I'm trying to explain something I'm sure that you've heard on previous videos. For those of you, you know, my beautiful and delicious little subscribers, how I love you also, okay? That, and for those of you who do not know me, who happen to stumble across me, God bless you. Please subscribe and like if you happen to enjoy the video. Well, you see, with me, right, it's like you get a piece of fish, yes? So, you know, you clean the fish, and then you dab it all dry. And then what I do is I get some seasoned flour. So I get some flour, yes? So I put it onto a plate or into a dish, yes? And then I season it with salt and pepper, right? Give it a little bit of a stir around, you know, with your old finger, yes? And then you whisk 2 eggs, okay? And then what you then do is you dip the fish, first of all, into the flour, right? Then into the egg, so you know, dip it all in, yes? And then I buy some what's called panko breadcrumbs. Now, some of you out there will know what it is. Usually it's what panko prawn, you know, prawn like that, okay? So then what I then do is I roll it in the panko breadcrumbs and then bang it straight in a deep fat fryer. Now then, you see me, it's very rare that I have anything that's fatty and things like that. Do you understand what I mean? So I do not really believe in too much fat, eating too much fat. Do you understand what I mean? That's just me personally. I love fruit and vegetables and fish and spuds and things like that, right? But you do that, right? So you bang it in just till it goes golden brown, straight back out again. And I'll tell you what, voila. Do you know what I mean? You've got the beautiful piece of fish because it's all been seasoned. Do you see what I mean? So that's your little cookery lesson for today anyway. Some of you out there, if you're interested in it, okay? So, you know, I just like to do things like that. Okay, oh, and just while I'm on the subject, because I know that some of you, you know, please write this down, because, I mean, it will help some of you know, if you're not really into the old cooking bit and all that, right? Okay, let's tell you about a Mediterranean salad while I'm on, I went to say while I'm on the flipping telephone. I don't know what's happening here. Crazy. I'm having a crazy moment. I'm only joking, right? Anyway, so if you cut up, you know, wash a cucumber, yes? You can either keep the skin, keep the skin on, sorry, or you can take it off. It's entirely up to you, okay? So you probably need around half a cucumber, right? So you cut it all up, okay? First of all, like this, yes, slice it. And then you cut it up into little cubes, yes? Then bang that straight in the Pyrex dish, right? Then always get good quality. See, my dear Nana, God rest her beautiful dear soul, okay? So good afternoon, my beautiful dear Nana. Love you. Right, I've already said good morning to everybody anyway. I've done all my prayers and sent all my healing around the world, you know. So anyway, and she always swore by good quality food, did my dear Nana, right? All the time, right? So the fact of the matter is this, you get some tomatoes, so you can get either, you know, the vine tomatoes or something like that, okay? You know, as what you can get, yes? So you cut it all up small, yes? Bang that in the Pyrex dish, yes? Then red onion. So you only need around a half a red onion here, right? So you slice the onion, yes, and you slice it till it's all small. So you bang that into the Pyrex dish, right? Then you get a half a lime, okay? Now what I tend to do is just get the knife, okay? So I'm not saying this in the wrong sense of the word, okay? I just get a knife and I just sort of poke it. Do you understand what I mean? Just so that it's going to be easier, okay, to squeeze. But before I do that anyway, I just roll it. I do the same with lemons, grapefruit. I just roll it first, oranges. Do you understand what I mean? Just so you can get the juices going. So half a lime, right? Cut it, yes. Squeeze that into the Pyrex with your your cucumber. I wouldn't say community. With your cucumber, sorry, tomato and red onion, right? Then your salt and pepper, like that, right? And then you want a few splashes of Tabasco, so bang, bang, bang. Give it all a stir, okay? Bang it in the fridge for about 10 minutes. Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt. You've got a Mediterranean salad. Now look at that then, okay? That's your cookery lesson for today now then, my little beautifuls, okay? So anyway, let me just get back to the matter in hand. So I'm not just going to keep rambling on, because at the end of the day, if I do that, I'm not getting to the point. I'm not getting my other videos out, okay? So I've noticed that the mood is starting to lift. So it's starting, the vibration starting, to lift. Do you understand what I mean? So there doesn't seem to be much on to do with the war, with Russia and Ukraine. It appears to me that not a lot are taking much notice, especially when I've got the feelers out, okay, this morning. There doesn't seem to be, it's like there seems to be no interest at all. Now, what's really interesting about the elderly, and I'm sure that you've heard me on previous videos, is that, I used to do care work for on and off for over 20 years. Now, I actually started when I was 10 and a half, and I learned how to hoist. So, it's like you put an elderly lady or gentleman, and you put them on the seat, and then you sort of lower it, and then you higher it, okay? So you lower them into the bath, and then, you sort of go the opposite way so that you can get them out of the bath, okay? So I did that from a very early age. But the thing is, I was always older than my years. Do you see what I mean? And I always found, the one thing about me is that I always found the elderly very interesting to talk to. So, okay, and the reason why is because they've got so much, they're so wise, they've got so much wisdom and everything. Do you understand what I mean? So I've had many conversations, I've lost count actually. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I do not do care work anymore. Do you understand what I mean? It's been years since I've done care work. Do you understand what I mean? But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, they're just so very interesting to listen to. They're old school at the end of the day, you know what I mean? They know how things rock and roll. They can see, the current state of affairs, God bless them. Do you understand what I mean? And really, surprisingly enough, you'd be so surprised, but there's an awful lot who are, before I even said it, who are awake, and they're well awake to all of this crack. Do you see what I mean? So now I'm talking away, aren't I? Just like a good one. Anyway, so I start laughing. I mean, you're talking about an otherwise quiet supermarket. So I start laughing. Well, of course, then that sets everybody else off laughing. So then I said, come on. I said, are we having a party? So you get the cashiers laughing. Everybody's laughing and having a joyous and delicious time. A lady says to me, another lady, she says, she was smiling at me, when I got outside. I was waiting for my taxi. She turned around, she said, she says, you're laughing. So she said, it's really infectious. Do you understand what I mean? Because, you just want to lift the vibration. And this elderly lady, God love her, because we met at the till, and she turned around and she said, she's got a little plant in flower, so I've already planted mine anyway. And she said, I just cannot get down anymore, she says to do it. She says, so I don't know when someone's going to be coming round, to come and help me. And I said, and she said, should I'm older now? I said, no, you're not, my little lovely. And I know I shouldn't have said it, but it's what comes out of my mouth sometimes. Anyway, she did laugh. She found it really funny, right? I said, look, you're as old as the man you're feeling. Anyway, you know what? She was laughing. She's having a little chuckle, you know what I mean? But, I was just having like a little laugh with man and woman, yes, but it seems a lot lighter. Also, other than one cashier who was serving myself, had this great big flipping muzzle on his boat race. God bless him. Okay, I'm not sure why. He's a younger generation. He only looks, about 22, something like that, 23. For everybody else, there was nobody else in there wearing masks. So it's just to let you know that my neck of the woods, things seem to be lifting slightly. Do you understand what I mean? So it's almost as if everybody's getting used to, and then when I was talking to these 3 elderly ladies, yes, I mean, they're so funny, the flipping bit of cat laugh, right? And when I was talking to them, the second you mentioned the government, sorry, right, that's it. That starts them off. They said, don't you tell me about the government, and then you've got all that. Do you see what I mean? Well, of course, we're all on the same song sheet. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, that's what I wanted to let you know, all my little beautifuls. So I know that I've just sort of rambled on, okay? But there's usually always something new, with what I want to say, I have to be in the mood to say it, if you know what I mean. And there has to be something that, that I really want to say. But I'm just trying to let you know that in the midst of all this that's going on, okay, that there is still, we can still lift the vibration. We can still lift the frequency. We can still bring love into all different situations. Do you know what I mean? And just before you go, I always say that just before I go. Sorry, there was I was getting some candles yesterday in in this large store, and because I love my candles, right? And anyway, and then there was this other man, yes. Well, of course, he's been talking to himself. He's only quite young, actually. I probably would have said about 30. And he's talking to himself, and he's getting rather verbally aggressive. So I said, look, because I had a few more things than he. And I said, look, I said, if you only got those couple of things, I said, stop being miserable, because God loves the truth, does he not? I said, stop being miserable. I said, and just go in front of me. I said, because we do not need negativity in the world. Anyway, as it turned out, he's a lovely man. Do you understand what I mean? And I said, look, I said, I'm not saying it to upset you. And I said, but you just got to, just chill. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I'm only saying this for the crack now. I mean, I don't mean literally. But you say, really, just chill and take a Prozac. Do you know what I mean? But I never said that to him, because, he looked to me like, do you know what I mean? Like you like the old backy. Do you get me? So anyway, on that note, my little beautifuls, anyway, he rock and rolled. He was absolutely delicious and fine. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I left the shops. At least I made him feel a little bit happier. He did laugh in the end. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so just to let you all know, really, so it is lifting, okay? It's almost like everybody's sort of, oh, what's it going to be next? Do you see what I mean? So they seem to be relaxing more, especially in my neck of the woods. So I just wanted to let you all know that. And for others of you, well, please try that fish that I said, okay? Better to have a fish that is skinless, okay? And it works very well with cod and haddock as well. Anyway, well, you can do plaice and you can do different things, because my dear granddad, God bless him, I love you, dear granddad, he was in the Navy, but he was also a fisherman, and do you know what I mean? And chief engineer in the prison. Anyway, so that's just to let you know that, my little lovelies. Now then, so until all of your readings, because I'm going to be doing it very shortly now, okay? So much love. Thank you for listening. God bless. Take care. Have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And I hope that you're all having a delicious time, okay? Much love. God bless. Thank you. Bye-bye.